Dutch legend Johan Cruyff was the great psychologist of world soccer. He spent a lifetime persuading players to strive for a Zen state whereby they tried less and did more. Cruyff summed the approach up this way: you play football with your head, and your legs are there to help you. This idea of the unimpeded mind-body connection is contained in the word mentality, a very particular, yet also expansive, term of soccer art. Story continues below. Advertisement. Toronto FC's Victor Vázquez was raised in the crucible of Cruyff's Barcelona way of doing things. He uses the word a lot. Depending on how he deploys it, it can variously mean the team's approach, its attitude, its tactics or its mood. Often, all those things at once. Individuals may be very good at soccer, but it won't matter if the team's mentality is poor. That's the upshot. In a lovely Spanglish turn, Vázquez identified on Tuesday what was required of his team in Wednesday's, they hope, penultimate game of the Major League Soccer season: we have to be really strong on the brain. Toronto FC coach Greg Vanney, an American, uses a different vocabulary. Where Cruyff and Vázquez would say mentality, Vanney says principles. Tactics change, principles, the set of which Vanney never quite defines out loud in public, do not. Right now, you would call Toronto FC's mentality unusually strong given recent events. The team cakewalked through most of the season. The playoffs have been a knotty climb: one impressive win, one grisly loss and one turgid draw. The stop-start nature of the MLS postseason, 1 day on, 10 days off, haven't helped matters. Story continues below. Advertisement. Story continues below. Advertisement. That has not seemed to bother them. At least, not too badly. Well, maybe a little. When someone commented, fairly, to Michael Bradley on Tuesday that the team might have focused too much on calmness in last week's goalless encounter in Columbus, the team captain did not receive the critique open-heartedly. After a pregnant pause during which his head slowly swiveled so that he could take hold of the questioner in his stare, Bradley said, "I don't think so." "Why do you think that we did?" Because one of his teammates had already said that. Having given the warning and received a reasonable response, Bradley's rattle stopped shaking. Every time he does something like this, which is more often than most pros, you think to yourself, if he can be this intimidating leaned up against a wall in tube socks and flip-flops, imagine how the people who have to go up against him in cleats feel. Story continues below. Advertisement. It is in Bradley's nature, his mentality, you might say, to find both sides of every scenario and judge them equally applicable. A typical Bradley lesson in soccer hermeneutics will include, we have shown we are very good, but we could still improve a lot. We've set ourselves up nicely, but it can all go wrong in a hurry. We are calm, but not too calm, or perhaps not even calm at all, if that's what the situation requires. Vázquez is Bradley's temperamental opposite. He'll tell you what should happen, rather than all the things that could happen.